Moving on to high school, the Oak Mountain football team had a great season under first-year head coach Chris Bell, going 7-4 and reaching the playoffs for the first time since 2005. Eagles lost to Auburn in that game 34-10. Here's Scott Hester with the Eagles' lone touchdown of the night. Hester finished the game with 47 yards on 16 carries, and the Eagles' offense ended up with 155 yards on 48 carries. Basketball has rolled around at Oak Mountain High School, and the boys have amassed a 6-2 record under Coach Chris Love. There's Scott Hester again. The Eagles defeated Pell City in that game, 43-35. Area play begins in January after the new area changes. The girls beat the Panthers as well. There's Mackenzie Garmany for 3. She had a great night from beyond the arc, finishing with 12 points. And that's it for the sports. I'm Lucas Panzica, and I'll send it back to the studio. It's head coach Chris Bell's second year at the helm, and the Oak Mountain Eagles are ready to build off their first playoff season since 2005.
Eagles are working hard with up-tempo practices and a new look. Next game is this Friday at home against Wetumpka. I'm Lucas Panzica. Now back to the studio.
And Florida State freshman quarterback Jameis Winston's Heisman campaign is still going strong. He had 444 yards and 4 total touchdowns in the beatdown of number 3 Clemson. And Baylor's offense continues to shock the nation, averaging 64 points per game. They beat Iowa State 51-7. Here's Levi Norwood on a touchdown run. Baylor's up to the number 8 spot in the rankings. And Louisville's national championship hopes came to an end on Thursday, losing to Central Florida 38-35. Quarterback Teddy Bridgewater had 341 yards and 2 touchdowns. That'll end the Cardinals' perfect season.
The first home basketball game was this week, and Love's Lunatics are back in full force. We spoke to Coach Love and some of the fans. The T-shirts are in, and area play starts soon for the Eagles. I'm Lucas Panzica, now back to the studio. And Alabama lost any chance of a three-peat on Saturday as FSU handled Duke in the ACC Championship, but the Crimson Tide will play in the BCS Bowl as they face off against the Oklahoma Sooners in the Sugar Bowl. Moving on to high school, the Hoover Bucks and 6-year head coach Josh Niblett won their 10th Alabama 6A state title, beating Auburn High School 20-3 in Bryant-Denny Stadium. The Bucks have been to the state championship 12 out of the last 13 years. Hoover quarterback Jack Hutchison was 4 of 9 for 51 yards and a touchdown, including this 39-yard touchdown throw to Bradrick Shaw in the third quarter. And 5-star national prospect Marlon Humphrey had a good day in his last game as a Buck, forcing a fumble. Basketball coach Chris Love has his team at a 5-4 record, coming off their second loss to Homewood this season, 38-28. Pierce Clark led the Eagles in scoring with 8 points, and the boys host Thompson before the winter break as they prepare to start area play in January, tipping off against Spain Park.
Well, you're preparing yourself for the area play in January, so you're trying to improve your basketball team and get ready for area play, and yet you can't just practice. You need to play some games. You need to compete. So you're working the kinks out, figuring out what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, and then hopefully you kind of figure everything out going into area play. Our area think it's going to be very, very tough this year. Spain Park's very, very good. Pelham's probably, they're very good. They both have some freshmen that are playing up on the varsity. They're very, very good. Chelsea's got everybody back from last year, and they were a solid team last year. I think our area is going to be very, very tough.
Well, that's it for the sports. I'm Lucas Panzica.
And I'm Sarah Beth Robertson. Let's send it back to the studio.